error. So in this try, we're going to create a variable called res for the response, and we want to await axios.post because we're making a post request. Okay, and this post request is going to take in the endpoint, which is API/users to our backend, and then the body, and then the config. Okay, so that will get the response. Now, if everything goes okay, if we don't get like a 400 error or whatever, then we want to dispatch register success. Okay, so we're going to say type is going to be register success, and the payload is going to be the data that we get back, which in this case is going to be the token. Remember, we get a token back on a successful response. So res.data. Okay, now if there's an error, then I'm going to go ahead and we're going to dispatch. We're just going to dispatch the type of register fail, like that, because yeah, and we don't need a payload. Actually, if we look at register fail, we don't do anything with a payload, so we don't have to send it. All we're going to do is remove the token from local storage if there is one. We're going to set token to null, is authenticated to false, and then loading to false. Okay, now what I would like to do is display the errors, because remember, if we forget like the name or email or something, or the email is not formatted, we're going to get an array of errors from our back end. If you guys, if it wasn't that long ago that you coded that part of the course. So I think what I want to do is, or I know what I want to do is show an alert for each error. So what I'll do is up top here, I'm going to import, actually let's go right here, and let's import the set alert action. Okay, because remember what I said, we can call this from anywhere. So we'll do from and then just /alert, because we're still we're in the actions folder. And I want to loop through the errors. Now, in order to get those body errors, remember it's an array of errors. So right here, I'm just going to say if, or actually let's create a variable called errors and set that to ERR, and we can get it with response.data.errors, because remember the array is called errors. And then I want to check to see if there are any errors, and if there are, then I'm going to loop through them. So errors.forEach, which takes in a function. So we'll say for each error, then I want to dispatch the set alert. Okay, so set alert, and we're going to pass in the error dot message, and the type, which in this case will be danger because we want it to be red, it's an error. All right, so let's go ahead and save that. Now we have this action set up, but we need to go to our register component and basically integrate it. So let's go to, or connect it, I should say. So let's go to components, auth, register.js. Now we already brought in set alert from the alert actions, but we need to bring in register from the auth actions. So we're going to say auth and change this to register. Okay, now in order to use it, we have to go down to the bottom and we have to add it right here, just like we did with set alert. And it's also going to be a prop type, or it's a prop, so we have to add it as a prop type. So let's do PTFR, like that. Okay, and we also have to bring it in through the parameters right here, like that. Okay, so yeah, that should be good. Now, where we want to call this is down here, because all we're doing when we submit is a console log success, and we don't want to do that. We want to call register, because we can access it because we brought it in, we destructured and brought it in, and this is going to take in an object with the name, email, and password, and we can access these because we're pulling them out from the component state, from the form data. Okay, so we're going to pass them into that action. So let's save this, and I might have missed something, but we'll check it out. So we'll go to sign up, and let's just try to, okay, so we have the HTML5 error checking here. I'm going to disable that for now by just getting rid of like required, get rid of this required min length, and you can put these back after. I just want to test the server side. It's good to have client side error checking and or form validation and server side, but I just want to check it out. So let's register, and awesome. So name is required. Please include a valid email. Please enter a password with 6 characters. And you can see over here we got the set alert, and then register fail. Okay, so the register failed because we didn't have the correct fields. So if I just put like a name, you can see now that we don't get that error anymore. Let's put in, actually let's register a user. So we'll do like Sarah Smith, say sarah@gmail.com, 1 through 6, and register. Okay, so we get register success over here, and actually, wait a minute. Why is our state not showing? So our payload, we get the token back in the payload. However, our state isn't showing, and the reason for that is because I forgot to add it to the root reducer. But everything is working fine. If I go to my database and reload, we should see Sarah Smith in the users. Yep, there she is right there. Awesome. So all we have to do now is go to our root reducer. So it's the index.js in reducers, which is right here, and we have to bring in auth. That's why it's not showing in our tools there. So auth, and auth. All right, so now if we go back to our tools, you can see it right here, and the tokens there. Now notice is authenticated is back to null. So the reason for that is using JSON Web Tokens is a stateless form of authentication. So we actually have to keep querying the server and seeing if the token matches. So we have to keep sending a request to load the user. So what we're going to do in the next video is create an action to hit that API/auth route to get the user. And we want that to run on every single load. Whenever the main app component loads, we want that to get called so that we can validate it, make sure the user's logged in, or check to see if they're logged in, and then apply whatever we need to the state. All right, so we're going to do that in the next video.